Yo, we spoke in our last epi to Sanjay, big up Sanjay, by the way, and we were discussing whether or not the US could really become a force in world football and potentially win a World Cup. And boy, I need to ask you, this whole Messi to Miami thing, is this the first step to making it happen?
I don't believe in star signings. I personally don't believe that. I don't think this, I mean, it'll help grow the game, but fundamentally, the money's got to go back to the fundamentals of the game, coaching the youth properly, put, putting in the right infrastructure, right development system, bringing in a star player like this. Okay, Messi is nowhere near the likes of the players that, a decade or so ago that China used to sign. They signed Hulk, Oscar, Tevez, all these guys. They were really investing in them, in the foreign players, right? But where are they now? Where are China now? Nowhere to be seen in the world football because
Well, to be fair, Messi is a whole nother level to Hulk and Oscar, no disrespect.
no, I mean it's facts. There's no disrespect at all, right? Messi
But
is
you know what I'm saying? I get it. The Messi is a difference. But what I'm more looking at, like I agree with you in the sense that the money needs to be invested back in the system and fundamentally, foundationally, things need to change. Systematically, things need to change in the US development system. However, I think that Messi's introduction to the MLS is going to bring a lot of fans, a lot of viewers to football, a lot of young fans who now it's going to get brought down to them. So many people, not even just in America alone, every single fan when they hear Miami is going to come into town, they're gonna try to go to the game. I know for a fact, even in Cincinnati, those Cincinnati tickets are going to be skyrocketing when Miami comes to town. But even in Miami, I know that there's going to be so many people who turn fans and they're going to pass it on to their little brothers, their sons. They're going to also become Miami fans, even for long when Messi retires. And they're going to say, yo, like it was a hugest thing when Messi came to town and played for Miami. And now we're just diehard Miami fans. And that I could see that happening. And what that does is it instills the passion to the rest of the people, to the future generations. Now more people are going to want to play football and get involved in football. And maybe football as a sport does actually grab that LeBron James, who really is just a physical specimen and just a beast of an athlete, decides to train in football now rather than basketball because the passion is there with football. And that could completely change the spectrum for US football. You now instead of Steph Curry, that Steph Curry is actually Christian Pulisic now, just because the culture and the passion was in favor of football at the time of his youth development.
well, yeah. I mean, I certainly see that as well. I mean, I was at the gym yesterday, and then the sports channels over here in America. I mean, they show anything but football, right? I mean, they even show what the cornhole thing. I think
No,
it's
you're lying. They don't show
no, I'm not
corner on
lying. No,
TV,
I'm not.
bro.
I'm not joking. I'm at the gym and I mean, there's gyms have like 10 TVs, right? And I'm watching. There's there's cornhole. I'm like, what? You could be showing Copa Libertadores, anything, and they still choose to show cornhole over football. And yesterday I was at the gym working out and I was watching the TV. They had a whole dedicated section for Messi coming to America, and even brought on a guest to speak about football. And I mean that's big. So I can see. I mean the. I mean we're in this stage of social media. Inter Miami already have more followers than any American franchise. So that just speaks volumes to the impact of Messi itself. So there are certainly going to be positive effects of Messi. I mean, and Messi didn't just come here for, or maybe he did. He didn't just. I don't think he just came here for retirement. This has been a long time building in the basement. You know, David Beckham's been trying to, I guess, lure Messi to come to Miami for the longest time. I'll say this: David Beckham has done more for American foot soccer than most Americans.
Yeah, I mean, and of course, David Beckham, another ridiculously marketable, probably the most marketable footballer, if not most marketable athlete
Oh, he
of all
ever
time.
ever.
Ever, yeah, of all time, you know. So I mean, that's understandable. If he goes somewhere, like people are just gonna flock no matter what. Him and Ronaldo, those to me are like two just like out of the ordinary type of people. But another stat to go with that influence that you're talking about from Messi, the cheapest ticket from Miami game, for an FC Miami game or Inter Miami game, is what or was before Messi signed $29. No, after Messi has signed, the cheapest Miami ticket is
Let me guess.
400. All right.
400.
No, it was 467, but what were you gonna guess?
I was gonna say 2000.
No, okay, good thing you never guessed that. No, because I would have made it sound pretty cheap. But nah, that is a ridiculous impact.
Yeah, I mean that makes me wonder. I mean, Inter Miami. By the way, there's no AC Miami for any fans wondering. Inter Miami play in a borrowed stadium right now in not even Miami, in Fort Lauderdale. It's what, 30 minutes drive up north from Miami, and it seats 18,000 people. There's just not enough demand for a player like Messi. Sorry. Um, what's the word I'm looking for? Not demand. Obviously, there's huge demand. There's no,
Capacity.
yeah, I mean, MLS doesn't have the capacity to hold a player like Messi. Like even I don't really watch the MLS. Even I might tune into MLS one of these days. You know, so imagine people who actually live in Miami. You know, all that stuff. And Miami is a very Hispanic heavy century, right? So, and you know, a lot of Hispanic people are into football. So, I mean,
And not just that. I mean, Miami is just passionate about their sports in general. I mean, look at the Heat right now. They've always been passionate about the Heat to the point where, listen, like, I have a lot of connections in Miami. I used to live right near there in Orlando. I used to visit Miami a lot. They are even hype about the what is it? The Panthers, bro. The Panthers are the hockey team. Miami supporting their ice hockey team. That is how you know the passion is real for sports in that city. So imagine this now.
no offense to Panthers.
No, no offense to them at all, but I mean, come on, sunny, tropical. You're playing ice hockey. It's not expected to be popular.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Except for their baseball team, the Marlins are.
The Marlins, though, even them, they kind of support. Like they still want them to win and stuff. Like I feel like, I don't know. I feel the passion is there with Miami.
But yeah, it's it. I mean, this eclipses David Beckham coming to LA. I know he was only 31. He was coming from Real Madrid, but I mean, Messi, he just won the World Cup, and he's still comfortably one of the best attackers in Europe. I mean, he was slot into every Premier League team as a starter. I mean, Barcelona were on their knees trying to get him back. Although they did take a slight dig, I guess, at Messi, saying in the statement how he wanted to play in a less pressure environment. I mean, if even if that is true, can you blame him? He's won everything. He's already won the World Cup. That was probably his last goal in football. And I never really viewed Messi as a workaholic. And that may not be fair, but I've always just looked at him as an outrageous talent. And of course, I'm sure he worked hard, but not to the level of, you know, some of the top talents that are, you know, all about football 24/7. I never viewed Messi as that. So to me, it makes sense that he came to America at this stage. You know, he's only 33, right? But yeah, Americans, especially the people in Miami, are blessed to see him live if they can afford it.
Yeah, man, that is an experience that would be incredible for anybody. So looks like we're gonna be watching an MLS match here and there next season.
Well, yeah, that's the hottest ticket right now. I don't think. I mean, I know for a fact the LAFC game, that's what I was basing my guess off of. The lowest tickets are $2,000. LAFC, the best team in the MLS right now, right? LAFC versus the hottest team in MLS now, Inter Miami. Yeah, it's huge.
That's gonna be hype. So yeah, tune in for that. That's all we have time for today. Guys, thanks for tuning in as always. We hope you enjoyed your time with us. Remember to subscribe, to leave comments, and share with your friends. Follow us on social media at FOTBpod. Don't forget to leave a review, rating, and most importantly, don't forget to turn on those notifications. Join us again next time as we discuss the highly anticipated upcoming Premier League action. Thanks again as always. See you then.